Well, thanks to Coyote on FPV Hub for his constructive criticism, which is what I needed, to be honest. I've got a blinkered sort of a view on all this stuff, so you know, I know I wanted it, but I went overboard, I think. Anyway, this is my 2-watt video transmitter, which, doing some research and everything else, it's complete overkill. It's just going to completely drown everything out with RF. So I've gone with an 800, I think it's 800 milliwatt, which you can see there, and the antenna is going to sit on the end there. I've painted it, and that is all that goes on that wing now. So all the connectors, that's all done and all epoxied in. So that's all that goes onto that one. On the other side of this, it looks a bit rough actually. It hasn't come out exactly how I wanted it, but you know, make do with a bad situation, I suppose. It's not bad, but now if anyone wants to know the reason why I've painted this, I have actually got some solar film. I tried to put it on and I'm absolutely crap. I don't know why, I just can't do it. Anyway, that's that done anyway. Anyway. The fuselage, which I think I've virtually covered everything on a previous video. What we've got in the front here is the steerable front wheel, which is all working perfectly. We have on there the vector alerter, and I'm also going to put one of those on, which is the T-beacon. Inside in here, which I don't know if you're going to be able to see, is a Mobius. And the cable in, or the look down there, you can just about see that the camera's on the back there. Motor's on the back. Where else would it go? I could put it on the front, but it'll look, no. Anyway, so the underside, which I still haven't finished, I've still got to paint all this. We've got, it's a single axle, which is a piece of carbon fibre tube. We've got on the front the steerable front wheel. The only thing I'm a bit disappointed about is the pitot tube won't go far enough back now, but you know, plus which I'll never get that out again, which I didn't even think about until I was gluing all this in. Tell you what, it's very rigid. And on the right hand wing, over here we have the Easy UHF with a slot here for the USB to go in. Now the only thing I haven't left room for is the button, which is the bind button. I can bind it in the Easy UHF software, which isn't a problem. The only thing I can't do is update the firmware if I need to, because I can't press that button. But I can just put a slot in there or wherever it is, I don't know, I'll have a look. On the end here we have two antenna connectors, which are for the Easy UHF. So I'm going to have two dipoles, one horizontal, one vertical, like that. And on the top here we have the version 2 GPS and mag, but I'm not using the mag obviously because it's a plane, which apparently is more reliable and it locks onto more sats. So I'm going to give that a try. And obviously we've got the connector, which is a micro, no it's not, it's an ATX power supply connector, which has been hacked. That one just goes to the GPS. I think I got it wrong actually. I think I should have just put all those into one big connector. And then here we have the wire, which I've not done it yet, but that goes to the boom for the tail servo, the elevator servo, Tony. And on the tail section we have an elevator. We have there's two carbon spars here, which don't know if you can see it. I'll hold it up like that. So we've got the two carbon spars to stop these fins from moving. It's rock solid now, that is. And then through this one tube we have one cable which goes to the elevator, and that's all I need. So what I'm going to do next, I think, is wire this elevator. So I'm going to have to somehow, I think I'll cut a slot in this, or I might just, no, I think I'll cut a hole there ish and just feed this out of it so as it's just hanging. So all I need to do when I fit it all together is just slot it in and connect the single servo cable. I've wired the elevator up. I've cut there's a small hole in the boom there, which I've filled with epoxy so it doesn't weaken it. So I've just got a single connector there now, which plugs in there, and then I'll get some Velcro or something just to hold that in place. And there's still plenty of play in there, so I can move the boom backwards and forwards. That's actually, it's full, that's as far as it'll go. So there's plenty of room there. I forgot to add as well, on the VTX here, because this is actually, obviously it's sunk, it was either put a heat sink over there that catches the air, or what I've done is, I don't know if you can see, there's part of a spoon there. And there's a cutout that actually goes directly underneath the VTX, and there's the exit hole. So there's going to be plenty of airflow through there, because this is actually the high pressure side, which is going to catch all the air. Now I know that's going to cause a bit of drag, but yeah, it ain't going to be that much. Plus which, I mean, if I used a heat sink on there, it's added weight, and you know. So that should work very well, I hope. I've test fit everything apart from the VTX. Pan and tilt works, aileron works. I don't know about the elevator yet, I haven't plugged that one in. Motor works, turns the right way. GPS works. Absolutely everything. So I think, I don't know why that does that. I think the next thing to test, stabilisation works. Motor's the right way. Servo's going the right way. I've got 9 satellites inside. Hey, I've got the ailerons working. I don't know if you can see it. And over this side, so the steering is actually on the rudder. I think I might add a bit of expo on there actually, because it's only going to be very, very small. And I know the elevator works, I've already tried it. I've just spent an hour, literally, no actually it might be more than an hour, trying to diagnose why I wasn't getting any video signal. I've tried this transmitter, I've tried my other, my 800 milliwatt transmitter, and I was getting nothing. I metered everything out, absolutely everything, checked everything 10 bloody times, and then because I had a battery here, I didn't realise that this was actually unplugged. I was just about to throw it up the bloody wall. Oh, it only happens to me. What a knob. Just want to share something with you, apart from I've got a bit of servo chatter going on. So I've got the run cam, which is just turned off. I've got the run cam here, which is connected with just the video and earth, which goes through to the vector, which then goes through to the VTX. I've got my receiver running, and on screen you can see that the picture, I've got there's actually, try that, there's strobing on it because it's an LCD, it doesn't like it. So the picture is clear anyway. Now watch what happens when I plug in the power connector to charge it at the same time. So now it's charging, it's going through the vector, which then goes through to the VTX, which has still got servo chatter. Now I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but the picture quality, if you can see the wavy lines that are going through it. Not those, that's the strobe off the LCD. Anyway, there is lines going through it. Vertical lines. Anyway, you can just see it. You see that there, that is the lines that are coming off the power. So what I'm going to do is, apparently I'm not the only one who's having this problem, there is quite a few of them. So what I'm going to do is try and run that off a BEC just to see if the lines remain. I've got a BEC in there, which is running on 5 volt, which apparently this will handle, it'll charge at 5 volt. So I'm going to try that. So I've got the run cam now charging, and also it's switched on, goes through to the vector. I've got the VTX powered up, which I've still got chatter. If I turn the VTX off, it stops. I don't know. I might have to have a look at that. So anyway, and on the monitor, the noise is gone. I'm getting a bit of multipath in here. Now, I don't know if I can undo this with one hand. I still need to put a handle of some kind on there. So you can see well, you can't, but I'll put a splitter on there which goes from the BEC, and one side of it goes to the servos and the other side goes to the run cam. Job done. Finally, I'm waiting for run cam to actually reply to my my post on RC groups about that. It does seem that it won't run off the flight battery for some reason. It does, but you get the interference on it. I've decided to solder the ESC wires directly. Now the good thing about this frame is, I really can't believe how good this is. I put all the wires through there. Like that. And the ESC actually fits in there. It's a bit tight, but it goes straight through there. And then I'll just pull that, not too tight. And there you go. Brilliant. So that's that done. taken a splice off the bus connector on the Vector to get power to charge my T-beacon. I've checked the current that it draws. I think it's about 25 milliamp on charge, so that's plenty. You know, it's not going to make any difference whatsoever. So that's all done. So I've got my Vector alerter and I've got my T-beacon on there, which I have to remember to switch on. And that's it. Just to show you how good this the new version 2 GPS is. As you can see, I'm inside, obviously, and I've got 16 satellites. Now, before, I'd be lucky to get 5, maybe 6, but it's solid 16 satellites inside. Absolutely fantastic. I did have originally when I can find it, at the end here, underneath that, is the Easy UHF, and in here is the USB port I can still get to. I can't actually get to the failsafe bind, whatever it is, switch button. No. Button. I've actually used part of a spoon here. There is actually a gap underneath. I've cut I've cut my arse. Now I've checked the voltage. Sorry, I've checked the bastard cat and dog shit in arse and bollocks.